Everybody, it's Christina from Pretty Distressed. In today's video, I'm going to be taking this old dresser that has been in my friend's family for years and giving it a fresh new look. I'm going to be working with a new to me paint line today, and I'm going to be sealing in hemp oil, so you guys don't want to miss that. And my friend is a teacher, so who deserves this more than a teacher after this year? So if you guys want to see this furniture makeover, just keep watching. Here is my piece that is getting a furniture makeover today. This is actually a client piece, but it's more than a client's piece. It's a friend's piece, and my friend is actually a high school teacher, and she has just done an amazing job this year, so I wanted to reward her by making over this piece of furniture that has been in her family for years and years. The goal of this makeover is to keep the original charm of this piece, but just freshen it up a bit, and I'm going to be using Country Chic products to do this makeover today. Thank you to Country Chic for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to start by cleaning this piece off, and I'm just going to grab an old favorite, my Dawn dish soap, and some warm water and a scrubby sponge, and I am just going to clean this to get any dust and grease off this piece, and then I'm going to rinse it with some warm, clean water. Really old pieces like this tend to be bleeders as the finish is breaking down on them, which you can see on this rag here, so I will be sealing this piece. But first I'm going to remove this hardware. I don't think I'm going to be using these top knobs again, but I'm definitely going to use these pulls on the bottom. So I'm just going to set those aside, and then I'm going to get to sanding. Since I'm going to be applying a primer, I want to give this piece a quick scuff sand before I do that to make sure that my primer is going to adhere well. So I have just attached a 220 sandpaper to my sander, and I put my foam applicator on there as well so that I don't damage any of my profile on here. And before I prime, I'm just going to wipe back any dust. Because of all that color I was seeing on my rags when I was cleaning my piece, I'm going to seal it with a stain blocking primer. This is BIN Shellac, and I have an old roller that I have kept in the refrigerator that I'm going to reuse. I like to roll on this primer with a microfiber roller like this and just use a chip brush to get into any spots that my roller can't reach. Again, this is going to block stains, and since this is an old piece, it does have a little bit of an odor to it, so it's going to block in any of those odors. You could also use a clear shellac here if you were planning on distressing your piece, or if you're painting with a dark color, but I am painting with a really light pale pink today, so this white is just going to help with my coverage as well. This step is not always necessary. If my rag would have been running clear when I was cleaning my piece, I would have not sealed this piece. I'm not going to be sealing my drawers. I'm going to be sanding them down to raw wood because I want to do a two-toned type of finish. So I have just grabbed a 80 grit sandpaper and again my foam abrasive so that I'm not messing up the contour of these curved drawers, and I'm just going to strip back all that existing varnish and stain. When I'm stripping, I always start with a coarse grit like a 80, and then I will go back and do a 150 or a 120. This specific primer dries really, really fast, and you can recoat it after 45 minutes, so I'm going to put a second coat on for good measure. Okay, last prep step before we're going to be able to paint. I had a lot of these cracks showing, and you're just not going to be able to push enough paint in there to cover them up. So I grabbed some all-purpose caulk and just filled all those lines. This is really easy. All you do is put a little bead in there, then take a wet cloth and smooth it out, and no more crack. This dries really fast and is paintable in about 20 minutes. After that dried, I did see a little bit of bleed through in some of the areas where I had caulked them, so I grabbed some of that BIN Shellac and just recoated those areas real quick. Prep can be so boring, but it's so important, you guys. But now for the fun stuff, we are going to paint with Country Chic for the first time, and I am using this beautiful color called Darling. It's like a very pale pink. I love this custom color card they sent me. These are actual paint chip samples, so this is really close to what the color is going to actually look like on your piece, which I love. So this is a chalk style paint, which means it's going to have a matte finish. It's going to distress beautifully, but this is actually a clay based paint, so it's a little different from some of the paints that you have seen on my channel. So to get started, I just shook the can and stirred it for about a minute, and then I'm going to be applying it with one of their oval synthetic brushes. This is the 1.5 inch that I've heard so much about, and just listen to my reaction. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I just had to put that in there. You guys, this brush is amazing. It is so good. I have heard so many good things about it from so many different furniture painters, but I was just like, it's a brush. Like, how cool can it be? There's something about the amount of bristles it has, the fact that it's shaped like a natural bristle brush, but it's synthetic. It was just the smoothest finish, so easy to paint with, so easy to just turn it in different directions and get in different cracks and crevices. It just put on this paint amazing. I love it. I really love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, but let's talk about the paint too. So I am not going for a super smooth finish because this is a rustic piece. I didn't repair the chips and dings because it just has so much character, but I'm also not going to distress it because I know my friend and distressing is just not really her thing. So I'm kind of going for a rustic smooth look. So I'm keeping all my brush strokes going in the same direction, and this paint really leveled out beautifully and went on very smooth. You know, I'm a fan of usually adding water to my paint, but I did not have to do that with this one. Okay, so now that I got the base frame painted, I'm going to jump to the drawers. So I'm grabbing this color, which is called crinoline, which is not a pure white. It's not a creamy white. It's kind of in between, and I'm going to make a wash out of that. So I'm doing a 1-to-1 ratio and just mixing that up really well to paint onto my drawers that I have sanded down. So I typically like to do a slip coat of a water before. So this is just plain water that I'm putting on. Then I'm going to apply my wash, and I'm using that same Country Chic oval brush. I've just washed it out in between my coats, and I'm going to get this on the whole drawer, and then I'm going to wipe it back with a lint-free cloth. So I whitewashed all the drawers with this same technique, and I was not liking the way the top drawers were looking compared to the bottom drawers. So I grabbed my other sander. This is my Festool Rotex 90 that has a Rotex setting on it, and applied my foam applicator that I have here. And I'm just taking this to the drawers to just get some more of that dark stain off to try to get these to match. I started with a 60 grit, and then I went up to 120, and then I added a little bit more paint to my wash to see if that would help. It was going on really opaque, and I just wanted it a little thicker. So I am doing the whitewash process again on these top drawers. Then I decided that the bottom drawers were not light enough for me as well, so I added that more powerful whitewash to the bottom drawers as well. And this time around, I skipped the step of adding the water slip coat. Like that so much better, so we're going to do that to the other drawers. So now I have to add a second coat to those top drawers once they were dry. I know I'm being extra, but I just wanted to get this perfect for my friend. Okay, let's hop back to that completely dry base. I just wanted to show you how smooth this finish is. You can see the grain, but there's no brush strokes, and it's a beautiful matte finish. So I'm just going in and adding a second coat to the whole base. It went on really smoothly, nice coverage. Again, this paint has low VOCs. It's made in small batches from North American raw materials whenever possible. This company is based in Canada and was started by a husband and wife duo, and it's just a family affair. And so I love supporting small businesses like this. I also have tons of friends and artists that use this paint that I just trust immensely. So make sure you check out some of their work as well. Okay, so once everything was dry, this is what it was looking like. The top drawers are bothering me. They don't match the bottom drawers. I don't think it's the same kind of wood. So after much deliberation, I decided I was going to paint the top drawers in the color that I painted the base. So I'm just painting these with Darling, and I'm not worried about putting a stain blocker on these because I stripped back all that failing finish, and that's really what was bleeding on the piece. So I think we're going to be good to go. I wanted to use their hemp oil to seal the majority of this piece today because it is 100% natural and I have not used hemp oil a lot on my channel, and their hemp oil is specifically sustainably sourced from Canadian farmers and it has this beautiful dark color to it. That's how you know it's really pure and doesn't have solvents or anything added to it. You can apply hemp oil 3 ways, so I'm going to be showing you those 3 ways today. I'm going to start first off with their sponge that you can also use for painting or applying other top coats. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that hemp oil on there, kind of wipe back the excess, and then put it on my piece. This will show up that greenish yellow color as you're putting it on, but this is a drying oil, so as it dries and as you rub it in, that color will disappear. Hemp oil, once it dries down, will give you a water resistant finish, but it is a light protection top coat. This piece is not heavily used. It's more of a decorative piece. She just keeps seasonal items in here, so she's not getting into this every day. So I thought this would be a perfect pick for this. This sponge applicator worked really great on the big flat surfaces like this. It was really easy to get the oil down and spread it out. I love how the oil just absorbs into the paint and just kind of becomes one with it. You really do not have to worry about streaks on this. You're just not going to get those because of the way the oil absorbs into the paint. It's not going on top like a top coat. So the other way that you can apply it is by just using a lint-free rag. So I grabbed one of my favorite rags and put it on that way. This was a little bit easier to use the rag technique on these places that had detail like this because I could really push my rag and get in there, but I definitely liked the sponge for the big flat areas. And then probably my favorite way to apply it was just by grabbing a synthetic paintbrush because I could really get into those corners, but it did put a lot more oil on, I noticed. So I liked to brush it on with the paintbrush and then take my rag that was kind of already saturated with some hemp oil and just rub it in a little bit more so that I didn't have so much oil sitting on the piece. They recommend letting this set for 12 hours and then you can come back in with a clean lint-free cloth and wipe back any of the excess oil that hasn't absorbed. And then at that point you can add additional coats if you want to. They recommend doing 2 to 3 coats. One thing I want to call out about Country Chic is they really ask for a long dry time before you top coat. So they want your piece to be dry for 24 to 48 hours before you top coat that. So just keep that in mind. I am going to be using Country Chic's clear coat to seal the whitewash drawers. This top coat is going to offer a little bit more protection if you're looking for it. Hemp oil really soaks into raw wood and conditions it and deepens the color, and I wanted these to stay nice and whitewash, so I knew the clear coat was going to give me a better option for a top coat here. Plus I wanted to test it out and see how it was different. I grabbed a brand new sponge to apply this and I really love the way it applies with a sponge. You could also apply it with a brush, and this one's going to have a quicker dry time, so after an hour you can recoat it and you can do up to 3 coats to get the protection level that you want. They do have one more top coat that's even more protective than this that's called Tough Coat that would be good for tabletops or cabinets. So after I let my piece sit overnight, I'm coming in with that clean cloth like I told you and just wiping back any of that excess oil that hasn't absorbed into my piece. I ended up finding these beautiful teardrop knobs that are like an antique brass on Amazon, and they just fit this piece perfect, and I have never used teardrop pulls before, can you believe it? So I was really excited to put them on here, and then they just happened to match the pulls that were on the bottom drawers, and I really like the style of these. It just fits the piece, so I was able to recycle my hardware on here, which is always nice because it's a cost savings. And I had painted over these keyholes just because it was easier than taping them off. So now I'm taking a sandpaper and getting in there and scraping all that paint off very gently to reveal the beautiful antique brass keyholes underneath. Okay, I'm finally done. Just to remind you, here is what we started off with, and here she is now. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love that it still has the character and the charms and the nicks and the dings, but we've just brightened it up. And I know it took a long time to get this whitewash perfect, but I really love the way that it turned out. The best part of this makeover is I not only get to bless a friend, but bless a teacher, and boy did they deserve it. Thanks for joining me for today's project. If you have a teacher in your life, please celebrate them. They have had a long, tough year and they really deserve it. Make sure to check out some of my other videos before you leave. I will be back next week with another project. Thanks for being here, you guys, and I will see you next time.